So, guys, this is my review for Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train episodic arc TV episode 4. And with that, guys, let's dive right into it. So, this episode was really, really good. Now, I will say, once again, like I talked about, I believe in last week's episode review, reaction, and all of that I believe that I feel like this is just more so just the movie itself being pushed out week to week. A little bit of re-editing, animation, looking clean and everything. But for those of you who didn't watch the film and are able to watch the film this way through these episodes, you have my full support. Definitely enjoy this ride. Enjoy these episodes. And as for me, I'm still enjoying these episodes because we get to. For me, I'm anticipating watching and reacting to the movie this way through these episodes. But episode 4, called Insult, was indeed a really good episode because this literally dived into just a few things, basically dreams, people's dreams, the perceptions of them, all of that. The kids that were infiltrating their dreams, some funny moments, definitely some serious moments, sad moments, all of that. Plus, with the main focus is, of course, with Tanjiro doing a few things. Like one, he's trying to, he's trying to assess the situation and everything, and he figures things out with, of course, with the help of Nezuko, of course, the baby Nezuko, at that precious small Nezuko, right? And with him doing this, he basically he realizes that that they everybody's in trouble. This is really serious. We really need to look to try to handle this. But then at the same time, the demon definitely notices, of course, that Tanjiro is awake, because when Tanjiro gets up at the top and he's coming towards him, he's like, "Oh, you're awake, blah blah blah. I could have given you nightmarish dreams and stuff like that," which he does in this episode. Really, really a nightmare for sure. It's a different take on what his family went through. And he even mentions like his father coming back. Like he says, maybe I'll give you a dream about your father coming back. So there's something about this demon that can let us know that this demon basically can kind of infiltrate their memories. But with that, again, the demon again still gives Tanjiro this nightmare, this different take on his mother and his brothers and sisters dying and stuff like that. But also with their with his parents blaming, pointing the blame towards Tanjiro for what happened to them. Even their of course, even his little sisters and brothers and stuff, right? But also, one of the things that I was mentioning in my reaction was that, like, it's crazy that we know that Tanjiro's family is not like this at all. They're loving people, loving characters in this anime. They love Tanjiro a lot, but it was twisted in such a way that it reminds me that the fact that there are people out there in the real world, in reality, who actually blame, because that's what they were doing. They were blaming Tanjiro for what happened to them, and there are people out there who are doing it right now, blaming their kids for something that they have no control of, right? They're blaming their kids for just being born, because they feel like because their kids were born that they're them as a parent, their lives are bad, or whatever the case. So they're blaming these precious babies, and these kids grow up into that world, and then that that which they have been abused mentally and physically and stuff can definitely turn into just another combination from their parents to them, and doing that same thing to the next generation. And it really, really sucks. But here specifically, like I said, in episode 4, with his family blaming Tanjiro for what happened to them, we know that that's not the case. And of course, Tanjiro yelling at the demon, saying, "My family would never do that. They're not like that. This, that, and the third." So just really, and that's the thing. They even re-show the memory that Tanjiro has in his mind of his family dead when he first found them dead. Like, I even said that in I even said this in my reaction. I'm never gonna get over those images, like, ever, because that's just sad, to see every time. But again, to see Tanjiro just fight through this and keep him waking up, basically the demon realizes that Tanjiro is committing suicide, basically killing himself in the dream to wake himself up. He catches on quick, so he's not, he's a very smart demon. Of course, he realizes Tanjiro is a very smart demon slayer. So it's just, this episode was just really, 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 really good. This portion of the movie is just really, really good. And then, of course, Inosuke wakes up, and of course we know that with him waking up, obviously, eventually Rengoku and Zenitsu is going to end up waking up too. But Inosuke wakes up first, and then of course he's able to attack a bit of portions of the train, well, basically the body of the demon, because the body basically told Tanjiro that he attached himself to the train while they were sleeping. But again, all in all, this episode was just really, really done, really, really great. Definitely want to say, like, this was like one of the probably the top best episode besides episode 1, because that was a brand new one. But this episode for me is like the best one so far because of everything that happened in this episode when it's pertaining to Tanjiro and his family and those, all of that stuff. But with that, let me know your thoughts, guys. What did y'all think of episode 4, Insult, of the Mugen Train episodic TV arc? Leave some comments in the comment section below. Let's talk about some things. But other than that, I will hopefully talk to y'all next time with more Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train episodic TV. Peace, guys.